Hello and welcome back to Firebrand Hobbies. I am your host Tyson, and today we'll be doing my first ever object source lighting video. It'll be kind of a quick one. It's not a tutorial how I painted the model. It's just kind of my experience of trying to start something I've never done before. But anyways, this is the Primaris Psyker. I got it not too long ago because the 10th edition. I wanted to see. Well, I don't have a Psyker for it. I have the Astropath, but I wanted to get the Psyker because the model looked cool, and I noticed that her hand was sticking out, and so I wanted to make it look like she was either using her magic or catching a fireball at this point. You can be the judge of that. And I found a torch bit on one of my spruce sheets, and so I just kind of clipped it, reshaped it, and then glued it on her hand, and then continued to paint it. As you can see, I am doing the slap chop technique. That's typically how I paint my Imperial Guard models. It's very easy, very simple, and it still kind of gives a good look to it. So in order to do that, you need a dry brush, and you dry brush it gray sear, and then you dry brush it back with white. And then for the clothes, I use Space Wolves gray and Blood Angels red on the boots and gloves and some of the logos. After the rules for the Imperial Guard were shown, well, some of it at least, for 10th edition, it got me hyped, and I wanted to paint the rest of my Imperial Guard models. And I have 40 guardsmen to paint for the future, and I'm going to be making a video of it just to kind of show how I did it, because these models are different than the old classic ones that I used to paint. Still kind of similar process of how to paint the torso and stuff with the Space Wolves gray and Blood Angels red contrast paint. But other than that, after the contrast paints were done, I then went over the model with Necron's compound dry paint, and then the staff and certain symbols of the character I painted with Retributor's armor. Eventually, I went over and did the cabling on the back of the collar with Imperial Fist yellow, and then the cablings that were connecting the suit to like the gloves and the staff I did with Basilar's gold. When it came to the fire that the Psyker is spewing out, or the plasma bolt or fireball that's going towards the Psyker, again, you can kind of envision it away however you want. I'm kind of still indecisive of it myself. I use Nihilite Oxide technical paint as a base for the flame, and then I would dry brush Gauss Flare layer paint to increase the green hue of it. Now, I didn't get footage of me actually doing the lighting process, but you can see a little bit on it on here, but I'll go in more in detail of what I think about it whenever the slide comes up. But the base itself was pretty simple, just Sterling's Battlemire and Valhalla Blizzard. And then whenever the base was dried, I then put the lighting effect on the base as well. But after all said was done, I was then completed with my first ever attempt of object source lighting. Now again, this is my first try, so I may have gone a little too heavy on the lighting effect. If I could go back over and redo it, I would definitely change the side of the face that's facing to the left of the flame. I would probably take a little bit off of that, and then probably take a little bit off of the drape that's kind of towards her feet. Other than that, though, it is kind of an interesting way of doing models. I may try it again some other time. It makes it a little bit more dynamic and has like character and stuff. But anyways, upcoming video pretty soon will be of my guardsmen